I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. There's just something I want to talk to you about. Tell you, my kids came home the other night and said, Mom, is weed bad? And see, my kids are not stupid about things. I lived a life of drugs and a life of sin, and I took them right through it with me. My kids are young. 10 and 8 is my younger two. My oldest one's 15. It was my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old that came home and asked me that. And they know better. They know it's bad. And I said, well, what do you think? They said, yeah, weed's bad, Mom. Marijuana, pot, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, why are you asking me this? So someone had told my children that pot is not bad. That God put pot, the green herb, on this earth. And so it's okay. So it's right. And it's okay to smoke it or to eat it, to consume it. And so my kids wanted to know if that was true. Now, I would have people ask me questions. Well, Christina, do you think you're going to go to hell for smoking pot? Or do you think that God didn't intend for you to smoke? And I really didn't know how to answer those questions. I knew enough to say, look, I don't believe that the Lord wants us getting high at all, no matter what it's on, whether it's alcohol, pot, pills, it doesn't matter. I seriously don't believe that He wants that for us, because it lowers, we're not on guard, and we're dumb to the enemy's schemes and devices, and we get caught off guard in that way. For one. For two, I'm pretty sure He doesn't want the smoke in your lungs if you're smoking it. The side effects that it has on your body. Medically, pot leads to paranoia, schizophrenia. Actually, after you've smoked for years upon years, now that's medically proven. And it causes a lot of mental issues and forgetfulness and things like that. So, no, I don't believe the Lord wants us to smoke pot. Now, as far as, well, He put it here as an herb, and He said that we are to consume these herbs, and we can eat of every fruit, every tree, all of these things. I really didn't know how to talk to someone about that until my kids came up and said, Mom, is this true? Explain this to me. And they told the person that told them that, they said, no, weed's bad. We know it is. But then they wanted to ask me, hey, Mom, why is He saying it's okay to smoke and that God put it here and that makes it okay? God said that we could have the green herb. And I said, well, kids, it's like this. God made poisonous mushrooms too, or poisonous mushrooms are here on the earth. But if you eat the wrong one, you're going to die right then. And so just because it grows on this earth, or because it's an herb, doesn't mean it's okay for you to consume, for you to put in your body. You put the wrong kind of plant in your body, it's going to kill you. And there's all kinds of those. All different sorts of poisonous flowers, poisonous mushrooms. People get high on mushrooms, sure, but there is a mushroom that you can eat, and it ain't going to get you high. It's going to kill you. Right then. It's not a slow process. Pot, it kills you. It might not kill you right then, but it kills you. It takes your life. It is not good for you. Nicotine kills you, okay? It brings death. It just does it slower. It puts you in bondage as well. And so then that becomes your idol instead of the Lord. All of these are reasons why God doesn't want us. Why pot's not okay. It's not okay. And another thing, the Bible says that Satan came in and sowed tare in with the wheat. Now, it's talking about that on many different facets and levels. Satan sowed in tare among the wheat, as in spiritually. He sows in bad thoughts along with godly thoughts. He sowed in sin with the children of God, so that's tares among the wheat. He sowed in false prophets, false churches, in with the true church of God, and so He sowed all those in, and there's going to be a reaping, a harvest, and a separation between the wheat and the tare there. But Satan has sowed these things in. But think about this. If Satan was able to sow those things in, the tare into the wheat. What do you think Satan was able to sow into the field? Do you think that everything planted there is from God? Could Satan have planted a tare in with the wheat? Literally planted a green herb out in the field that God never intended for man to consume? And people, we're not in the Garden of Eden anymore. The land is cursed, okay? We got thrown out of the Garden of Eden. When we were in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, they were told they can take of everything that they desired except for that one tree. And they took of that anyway, got thrown out. And then all of a sudden they're cursed, and the ground is cursed. And so the devil came sowing in tares with the wheat. After we got kicked out of that Garden of Eden, did you think it was okay still to just eat everything? No. We're not in the garden anymore. Okay? And so, where did it come from? First of all, pot. Where did it come from? Because I'm seeing a lot of bad side effects. I'm seeing bondage over it. Death does come from it. It might come slower than you think, but it comes quicker than you realize. It lowers your guard down so that you're not able to see the schemes of the enemy. And so you're not being watchful of the Lord like he asks or like he says in his word. Also, pot, medicine, different things like that get you high, puts a spell on you. I mean, do you believe in witchcraft? Do you believe in God? Because both of them are real, okay? Now, if there are spirits that are attached to different things, and certain things draw certain spirits. Now, nicotine, people think that it calms them down, but actually nicotine causes the anxiety. And not right away, it takes a while, but then it causes anxiety. And so nicotine draws a spirit of anxiety to you, and at the same time gets you hooked. So then you rely on that nicotine, and the whole time it's drawing this evil spirit to you of anxiety, and anxiety begins to take over your life. You can't figure out where it's coming from or what's happening to you. And so then you seek other medicine like Xanax to get rid of the anxiety that you let in the first place from the nicotine. Pot's the same way. Pot, you smoke it, you're under a spell. I mean, you're high. Okay? Your mind is altered. You are not thinking clearly. And that opens up the door to demons, to evil spirits. Okay? Let me see. I had written something down here. Talking about, whatever happens physically is a manifestation of something that happens spiritually. So the anxiety that manifests in your flesh is the product or manifestation of something that has happened spiritually. You take the nicotine. The nicotine is drawing a certain demonic force towards you, a spirit of anxiety. And so it comes, and then it takes a while to manifest, and then you start manifesting in anxiety attacks, depression, all sorts of different things. And then you wouldn't think that a cigarette or nicotine would have caused that, but that's what drew that spirit of anxiety in the first place. The anxiety is only the manifestation of the spiritual pull that had happened there. And then, so why do you think they call it under the influence? You get high or drunk, they say you're under the influence. Under the influence of what? It's not God. You are definitely not under the influence of God. Are you under the influence of that particular drug you're taking? Yes. And if that influence is not of God, where is that influence coming from? Witchcraft. Okay? I mean, pot brings on a spirit of confusion, a spirit of paranoia. Those are spiritual things. Whatever happens physically is because something has happened spiritually because it happens in the spirit first, and then it manifests over to the physical. And so if you're feeling anxiety, depression, if you're feeling, confusion, a paranoia, where is it coming from? It's coming from somewhere. Look into the spirit. Look into the spirit. Something spiritually may be manifesting into that physical reality of it all. What doors are you opening? Pot will open a door and draw evil spirits, nicotine, anything like that. And so is pot bad? Does God want us to smoke it? Nope. And we ain't in the Garden of Eden. And just because it's a green herb don't mean God put it here. I don't believe. So, but think what you will. I know a lot of people may not like this video because many people I know do smoke. And I'm not judging them for it. But I do have to speak the truth on it. I don't want my children doing it. And to tell my children that pot is okay, that, well, they use it to treat cancer and God put it here, it's a green herb. That's not true. It is not truth. Do they use it to treat cancer? Sure. But they're trying to weigh that out. Okay, so they're already dying of cancer. Let's at least make them feel good while they die. The pot kills you too. But hey, they're already dying, and that's their way of thinking there. The pot doesn't cure you of cancer. It numbs your mind to make it easier for you to die. Okay? And so if you smoke pot and you don't have cancer, it's not good for you. It is not good for your body. It is not good for your mind. It numbs your mind so that you don't notice that it's killing you slowly. And that's why it has that numbing effect. So God bless. God bless all of y'all. And I hope that you have listened to what I had to say today. Have a great day.